Okay guys, so continue tayo sa soil mechanics or sa geotechnical engineering. So this time is itakal natin yung soil settlement or what we known as the compressibility of soil. Okay? So pag yung soil natin, for example, di ba yung soil natin meron tayong solid tsaka voids, no? And then yung voids is may either be may water yan or air, no? Depende kung may groundwater table. Okay? So anyway, yung voids is lagay na lang natin na may water. So as stress increase caused by construction of foundation, pag naglalagay tayo ng or other loads, no, na nilalagay natin sa ground profile natin, so tinitend niyang i-compress yung soil layer natin. Okay? So kinocompress niya yung soil layer. So yung compression na yun is magkukause yun ng deformation ng soil particle, no? So i-deform niya yung mga soil particle or i-relocate niya yung mga soil particle kasi nga kinocompress eh. Or pwede rin mag-explode yung water, no? For example, kung di ba sa ano natin, kung kukunin natin yung let's say ito yan, parang kuha ko ng sample nito. Let's say ito yan, yung sample natin. Then meron tayong mga soil particle, no? So yan bali yung mga soil natin, yung mga soil, yung mga solid particle. Yung solid particle na yan is meron yung water, di ba? May water yan, ha? So bali ito yung water. Pwede water, pwede rin air, no? Depende kung may water kung andun siya sa groundwater table. Pero kung wala siya sa groundwater table, so probably hangin siya. So pag kinocompress mo yan, di ba? Pag tiniten mong i-compress yung soil or yung ground profile natin, so yung tendency is lalabas yung mga water, no? Lalabas yung mga water. So itend yung water to explode. Air or water explosion. So isa din yun sa dahilan, no, kung bakit nakukompress yung soil natin. Okay? So bali kung ito yung original natin which is at distance h, no? So ito naman yung new na height niya, no, which is h prime. Okay? So bali yung height na sinettle niya is yung delta h. So ito yung settlement. Okay, so yan yung gusto nating computein ngayon, no? So yan, no? Napaka-importante niyan kasi kung may structure ka dito, kung may structure ka, so magsisettle din yan, no? Once magsettle yung lupa mo, magsisettle din yung structure mo, no? So alam naman natin napakadelikado yung settlement, no? Lalong-lalo pag differential settlement. Tulad nung sa Tower of Pisa, na differential yung settlement niya. Ibig sabihin nagva-vary yung settlement at every point, no, sa lupa. So delikado yan yung differential settlement. Yung sa Kansas airport, so yun din, no, differential settlement din yung sa Kansas na airport. So ano pa bang may settlement? Yung Tower of Pisa, di ba, yung tagilid na building yung nag-tilt. I think familiar kayo dun, no? So yung Palacio de Villas pala, Palacio de Villas sa Mexico. So yun, no, uniform yung settlement niya. So yung settlement niya is mga more than 3 meter yung settlement ng lupa. So nagsettle yung building din ng 3 meter from the original na natural grade line, no? So yun, no? So kaya kailangan nating studyhan talaga yung soil settlement kasi napaka-importante. So anyway, yung concept lang naman niya is yung ito lang, no? So once na kinocompress yung yuta, so meron tayo, no? Either na de-deform yung soil particle or nare-relocate yung soil particle o nag-explode yung air tsaka water dun sa voids, no? Kaya nagsisettle siya. So yun yung gusto nating makuha ngayon. So madali lang siyang kunin kung i-terms natin yan by void ratio. So bali ito yung void, di ba? Void ratio. So, in situ void ratio, then assume lang natin na 1 yung volume niya. So, by ratio and proportion, di ba? Yung delta H all over yung original height, yung ito, is just equal nung, di ba? Difference nung void ratio all over yung total height naman. Kung H is total height, di ba? Yung dito. Yung total height niya dito hanggang dito. Ganun din, no? Yung kinukuha mo. So, yung delta H all over yung total height nito. Tsaka yung delta E all over yung 1 plus the void ratio. So, ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, para makuha mo yung tawag yan, yung settlement based dito, kung ibabase natin dito sa equation na yan, okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung settlement pala, which is yung delta H, is just H over 1 plus in situ void ratio times the delta E. Okay? So, yan lang yung general formula for the settlement. Okay? So, yan yung settlement. Okay, yung settlement natin is meron tayong tatlong category, no? So, 3 categories for settlement. So, una is meron tayong immediate. Di ba? Immediate or elastic settlement. So, ibig sabihin nito, pagka-applied mo ng load, nag-settle yung lupa, yun, no? Yun yung elastic settlement. Bali, pagka-apply mo ng, di ba? That is occurs directly after the application of load. So, occurs directly after the application of load, no? So, naglagay ka ng foundation yan, nag-settle yung lupa, under yun sa elastic settlement, no? So, pangalawa is meron tayong primary consolidation settlement. Okay? So, meron tayong primary consolidation settlement. So, result ito ng volume change sa saturated cohesive na soil, no? Dahil dun sa explosion ng water, dun sa ano natin, sa, di ba? Yung explosion ng water na nag-occupy dun sa void spaces natin. So, yun. Kaya meron tayong primary consolidation settlement, no? So, this is due to explosion of expulsion due to expulsion of water that occupies yung mga void spaces. Okay? Then lastly, meron din tayong secondary consolidation settlement. So, yung settlement na to is minsan meron, minsan wala, no? Yan. Wala siya pag lalong-lalo na sa mga granular na soil like gravel and sand. So, malabong may secondary consolidation settlement, no? Pero pag clay tsaka yung silt, no? Probably meron siya, no? Meron yan. So, bali, parang additional lang to. Additional form of compression that occurs at constant effective stress, no? Bali, yan, no? Bali, mag-occur lang to pag matapos na yung primary consolidation. So, parang based on time siya, no? Based on time. Okay? So, parang ganun, no? So, yung tatlo na yan yung kino-consider natin in solving for the total settlement. Yan, yung tatlong yan. So, may mga formula yan, no? So, wala tayong problema kasi given yung formula niya, no? Dinerive na yan ng mga matatalinong tao. So, I think wala na tayong issue dyan. Thanks to them, no? Pasalamat tayo sa kanila. So, ito, no? So, yung issue ngayon is, ano to, no? Yung ito. Ito lang naman talaga yung issue. Yung delta E. So, yung delta E na yan, based yan sa E-log P-curve, no? Yung ito. So, bali meron tayong considering ang x-axis natin is log of P effective. And then, assume natin na yung y-axis natin is the void ratio, no? Okay. So, pag ipa-plot natin yung curve na yan, okay, so ipag-plot natin yung curve na yan, may tatlong stages yan, no? So, yung tatlong stages na yan is parang ganito yung itsura. Parang ganyan, no? Then, dito, nakikita mo dito. Yan. Tsaka dito, pag i-project ko tong parang tangent line nito. Okay. Parang parang tangent line ng curve na to. Wait lang. Okay, so parang ganyan, eh. So, bali yung distance, yung point na to is using ko lang muna, guys, ha. Okay, so parang ganyan, ha. So, bali dito sila nag-intersect na point. Yung nandito. So, under ka dito na stage, this is initial compression, yung pagka-applied mo pa lang ng load, no? So, initial compression. Okay. So, this defines our stage 1. Okay. So, bale yung range na to. This defines our stage 1. Yung elastic settlement. So, in between siya dito, tsaka dito na range, that defines our stage 2. No? So, yung stage 2 natin, that is the primary consolidation settlement. Okay? Then, dito na range, okay, pababa. This defines our stage 3. Okay? Which is the secondary consolidation settlement. Okay? So, kung gusto mong hanapin yung total settlement, add mo lang yung stage 1 up to stage 3. Bali sa settlement due to elastic and settlement due to primary consolidation, tsaka yung sa secondary consolidation. So, ganun yung formula in solving for the total settlement. Okay? So, for example, ito yung ano natin, no? Bali, considering lang ako dito na part. Okay ba? So, expand ko tong primary na to. Okay, no? Expand ko yan. So, bali, parang ganito yung magiging itsura niya. So, bali, kasi based on settlement ako na. Ibahin ko lang to. Nag-base kasi ako sa settlement. Maya na lang yung So, bali yung based on settlement lang muna ako, no? So, bali dito is time. Log of time. And then dito is deformation. Yung y-axis, deformation. So, kung in terms naman of x-axis, yung kanina yung gusto kong ipakita, yung ito. Log of pressure. Then yung y-axis natin is the NC to void ratio. So, provided na parang ganito, no? So, bali dito na point, ito yung void ratio 1. And then, let's say, ito yung void ratio 2. Okay? So, yung slope na to, yung 1 log cycle, that is equivalent to CS, or this is called as the swell index. So, yung typical values nito is typical values for swell index is 1/5 ng CC to 1/10 of CC. Yan yung typical values for the swell index. Okay, so kung i-continue natin to, yung point na to, patungo dito. Okay, so bali yung range na to, dito, this is our over-consolidated region or plateau. Okay, or yung swell index is also called as the recompression zone, index. This is also called as the recompression index, or this is also called as recompression zone. Okay, so ganun, no? Then pagdating natin dito, let's say ito yan, and yung corresponding na void ratio niya, assume ko na lang na A3 yan dito. So bali yung dito is meron tayong 1 log of cycle. So this defines our CC, no? This is our compression index. Okay, so ito naman yung range for, no? So yung range nito is dito na lang. So yung range na to, okay, so yung range na to is for normally consolidated. Okay, normally consolidated, or that is the virgin compression zone. Okay, so kukulayan ko lang to. So bali yung point na to patungo dito, this is called as the virgin compression curve. Okay, virgin compression curve. And then yung curve na to dito patungo dito, that is our recompression curve. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang curve na kinukuha, no? So provided meron tayong pressure 1, then dito is pressure 2 prime, and then dito is meron tayong pressure 3 prime, no? So kung gusto nating kunin yung CS, yeah? Kung gusto nating kunin yung CS, so yung CS lang is just yung negative nung difference nung void ratio na A1 minus A2 all over yung logarithm ng base 10, logarithm nung, di ba ito yun yung kinoconsider natin, yung range na to. So makikita mo yan dito, ibahin ko lang yung kulay. Ito yung kinoconsider natin na range. Okay, so yan. So, bali, ito yung kinoconsider natin, So, yung mangyayari ngayon, na, okay, so, bali, logarithm na lang nung P2, logarithm na lang nung P1 prime, yung ito P1 minus P2 prime. Okay, so ganun lang yan, So E1 yung ito, so E1 minus E2, okay, all over yung logarithm nung P1 minus P2. Okay, parang ganito yung ayusin ko lang, parang ganito, logarithm nung P1 prime minus logarithm nung P2 prime. So yung mangyayari ngayon is magiging E2 yan minus E1 kasi kailangan positive yung mga index So this becomes logarithm base 10, automatic yan So P1 prime P2 prime. So yan yung pagkakuha natin sa swell index, based dito sa ilag P curve, ilag P curve. Okay, so considering naman yung sa CC, pwede din natin makuha yung value ng CC dito. Okay, so yung CC is just isin ko lang, bali this time i-consider natin yung isang side naman, yung isang side. So tanggalin ko lang okay, tanggalin ko din yan. So i-consider natin ngayon is yung ito namang kabila, yung dito. Okay, so yung range na yan, that is for normally consolidated. So dyan natin makukuha yung value ng compression index. So yung compression index is just equal to, same pa rin. Compression index is yung ito, E2 minus yung ito, A3. Negative ng E2 kasi negative slope yan Pero as a rule, kailangan maging positive siya. So A2 minus A3 all over yung ito naman, logarithm nung P2. Logarithm of P2 prime minus logarithm of yung ito, P3 prime. So yung mangyayari, meron tayong A3 minus A2 all over logarithm base 10 automatic yan, P2 prime all over P3 prime. So ito naman yung magiging formula mo in solving for the tawag niyan, compression index. Okay ba? So I hope klaro tayo dito, Sige, so medyo mahaba na yung video. Continue na lang ako sa next na video. So this time is kunin natin yung mga formula for the elastic, primary and secondary based dito sa curve, sa ilag curve. Okay ba? So I hope klarong-klaro yan, So at least di na tayo mawala. So anyway, yung general formula is galing pa rin yan dito. So naging ganito. So this time is kunin natin yung change in E. Nga pala, yung ito is magiging change in eta, yung value na to. Yan. So magiging change in E yan. Tsaka yung ito, magiging change in E din to. Kaya makukuha natin yung formula in change in E, which is ito yung gagamitin natin pag solve ng settlement. Okay ba? So see you in the next video.